conference rival. The San Antonio Spurs are ready for this one to get started. Home court advantage goes to the Warriors playing here at the Oracle Arena. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for San Antonio, Tarker and Green are the guard pairing. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So the San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. It's stolen by Duncan. Parker against Curry. Parker kicks to Leonard. Aldridge with a screen on Barnes. Leonard the pass to Aldridge. Clock at 6. That is good.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
And guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time, and they play through the sum of their talents because of that style.
We play just over a minute here in the first. Thompson against Parker. Screen by Duncan. It's Parker with the drive. Bank shot, no good.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Here's Barnes. Good for the basket. Starting off 1-for-1 with that shot. Here's Parker. He feeds it to Aldridge. Green with the block. Outside Curry. To the paint. Bogut dishes to Barnes. Back to Bogut. Golden State moving it around. Curry kicks to Thompson. And he misses his first shot of the game. Spurs have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. It's Parker with the drive. There's the bucket. Good. Aldridge has got his second basket of the game.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
Aldridge has gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. Curry kicks to Bogut and stolen by Aldridge. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, and the wide open shot from Green. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Curry kicks to Green. And the Warriors miss again.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Leonard against Thompson. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical, dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
The drive by Green, and again, no good by Golden State.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those plans.
Curry with the steal. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Out to the right wing. Green, the screen. Barnes passes to Green. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Green's got 5. Spurs leading by 4. Nobody near Leonard. And that's collected by Bogut.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect them to miss that shot.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Spurs.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
That's good from Stephen Curry.
And, guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Spurs leading by 3. Here's Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 4th assist in this one. Warriors have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's Curry. San Antonio with the rebound. What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor, Clark. He cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar.
It's stolen by Curry. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. That's good.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we can see right there why he does.
Now here's Parker. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Duncan, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Yes, boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Green kicks to Thompson. Trying to find Curry. He's got it now. And here's Green outside. Green with the rebound. Spurs leading by 5. Parker outside. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. Aldridge wide open. He fires. And another basket for San Antonio.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Green. He's got 5, and he gets it to go.
They've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Spates checked in for Andrew Bogut. The Warriors have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
Now, here's Aldridge. 8 points for him. Parker dishes to Duncan. Fires from the line. Barnes grabs the miss. Warriors trail by 4. Curry kicks to Barnes. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Barnes has got 6 points.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
A nice bounce back year for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
For Duncan, and it's Ginobili in for Green. San Antonio leading.
I tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test, and with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches, and then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Parker drives in. And Aldridge slams it in.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no line in those totals.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up, And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of the game.
And Dorsberg spoke with Steve Kerr. Doris?
He knows this won't be an easy game, especially defensively. And he talked about how difficult it is to contain shooting guard Manu Ginobili. He told me Ginobili is one of those right-brain scorers. He just sees the game just slightly differently. An angle to get by his man or an opportunity to draw contact. And of course, he can really do it all. Drive, shoot, and pass. Kevin, Ginobili, without a doubt, one of the more well-rounded and competitive players in the entire league.
Thanks, Doris. And here is Curry following the three-pointer by Tony Parker. Curry passes to Spates. Outside, Green. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
From deep. Can't get it to go. And Golden State will go the other way with it. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Curry. Thompson's got the game tied up here for the Warriors. Parker against Thompson. Dishes it to Diaw. Curry against Ginobili. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Leonard, that's for 2. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Curry kicks to Barnes. And the wide open shot from Green. Again, the miss by Green.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Outside Aldridge. Kicks it to Parker. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game. Spates with a screen on Parker. Here's Green. And he overshot that one, missing.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it. That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
The second chance effort, and the bucket counts. And he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. First, a hustle play on the putback by him.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Draymond Green. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Thompson. West is checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Parker.
And remember, you go back to when Steph Curry was in college, more of a shooting guard at Davidson, but he's worked relentlessly to not only improve his ball handling, but his vision. And now, all of a sudden, he's one of the most elusive ball handlers in the NBA.
Here's Curry after David West's bucket. It's deflected. Now, here's Mills, guarded by Curry. Picked by West. Shoots from the elbow. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. 6 points for Leonard.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Iguodala outside. He kicks it to Livingston. Spates sets a screen. It's Curry outside. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Leonard attacking. The Warriors pull it in.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Livingston dishes to Iguodala. Ezeli inside, fended by West. Ginobili kicks to Mills. Diaw with the screen on Curry. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And he gets it to go. Curry's got 9.
guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Ginobili up top. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's San Antonio leading by just one. And Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, very demanding. Throughout the years, he was hardest up. Even though it seems like that was a very long time ago now, to hear Tony Parker talk about it now still sounds very fresh to him. It sounds like, yeah.
The game made him cry. That's one of the things fans forget about with professional athletes. No matter how successful they get, players never forget that pain and frustration or those other emotions they've gone through to help get them to where they are.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
You know, you can tell right now this team's on the same page. They are right where they want to be offensively.
Well, finding scores on time and on target with your passes, it makes scoring the ball easy for them.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Mills out there with Green. Then there's Ginobili. And it's West, and it's Duncan in at the 5 spot. Iguodala, a strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Iguodala's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors. Quarter number 2, we're about a minute in. Here's Duncan. Second shot opportunity, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
That's his first personal foul.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Looking to end his cold spell. Rebounded by the Spurs. Here's Mills. That falls. Nice feed that time for Ginobili. Mills has got his second basket of the night.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
Green, the screen. Barbosa against Green. The trade. Rebounded by Ginobili. Ginobili's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league in both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons. Kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
The dish to Livingston. Shoots the 3. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Spurs have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Duncan kicks to Mills, and he gets the bucket. Now it's a 4-point Spurs lead.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Livingston, no luck.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Here's Mills. He has 6. Passes it to Ginobili. From deep. Shot no good. And Golden State will come the other way. Up the floor. High arcing shot. They need this. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
That's his first personal foul.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
Barnes, he's checked in for the Warriors. Klay Thompson comes in for Sean Livingston. San Antonio also making some changes. Aldridge comes in for West, and Parker subbed in for Manu Ginobili. And he can't hit the second. And here's a little known fact, Clark. Only 3 players have recorded at least 2 triple-doubles in the NCAA tournament. They are Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Draymond Green.
That's some elite company for Draymond Green. He's a hard worker, a guy you love if he's on your team. He can be an irritant if he's not with you, but continues to improve and prove his doubters wrong.
Parker outside. The feed to Duncan. Tries it from 9. Shot is off. Great D that time from Green.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Screen by Bogut. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that
Personal
time.
foul. Tim Duncan. First personal foul, team second.
Thompson outside. 6 to shoot to end the drought.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Here's Barbosa. San Antonio with the rebound. Duncan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Warriors trail by 6. Green, the screen. Thompson outside. Outside, Green. Screen by Bogut. Barnes passes to Barbosa. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Aldridge a screen. Parker dishes to Aldridge. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line to shoot 2. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
Good on both.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
Bogut with a screen on Parker. Back to Thompson. Plenty of space. Nice jump shot. Good.
Thompson.
Thompson's got 7.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Parker outside. San Antonio again missing. Warriors trail by 4. Thompson outside. Barbosa against Parker. Lets it go from 11. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Barbosa's got his 2nd basket. The Spurs have gone 4 of 10 in the 2nd quarter from the field.
Timeout Spurs.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run through LaMarcus Aldridge. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. So, Kevin, changes already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Thanks again, Doris.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
The Warriors trail. Curry kicks to Thompson. Shoots from the baseline. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Thompson. And 11 points for Steph Curry.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. It's really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
And, of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
Yeah, you know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
From deep, Green. The shot is off. And San Antonio will go the other way with it.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Leonard kicks to Green. Outside Aldridge. Parker right side. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And Thompson sends it back. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. The Warriors making a switch here. Zizi's checked in. So it's the Spurs now, leading by 5. And it's Leonard again missing.
And, you know, getting back to Popovich's relationship with Tony Parker, Pop made the decision to draft Parker. So he obviously saw something. But Pop's a perfectionist, and if you're going to play point guard for him, you've got to deliver consistently.
Fires from deep. And it's Aldridge missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Curry against Green. Curry's shot is good. Curry's got 4 this quarter.
And talking about Tony Parker, Pop's tough love with him really paid off. Tony eventually became incredibly consistent, culminating with him being named the Finals MVP back in '07.
Now here's Curry. He's got 13. And there's the pass to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. 9 points for Klay Thompson. San Antonio's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Diaw with the screen on Curry and stolen by Spates. Curry against Parker. Pulls it from 20. Another miss by Curry. San Antonio leading. Parker outside. Pass to Diaw. San Antonio again missing. Warriors shooting with 42% accuracy in the second quarter. Spates sets a screen. Curry kicks to Thompson. The 3. That's good. Thompson's got 12.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Parker drives in. No good.
Boy, he blew the easy 2 by profile. Trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
2 minutes remaining.
Diaw against Thompson. Thompson is double. Curry outside. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
And no doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Leonard the pass to Aldridge. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Second personal foul.
Well executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
And the Warriors with some changes. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. San Antonio also making some changes. West is checked in for Dion. And it's Ginobili in for Daniel Green.
And guys, remember LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season. But he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
6 on the shot clock. Curry attacking. No luck. San Antonio trailing here. Parker outside. And the rejection by Azili. Here is Livingston. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Curry gets the bucket. And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Livingston kicks to Azili. Parker against Curry. Here's Spates. Shot is off. West with some nice D. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Ginobili kicks it to West. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for West. And it's tied up with that one. Golden State's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Curry against Parker. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Leonard with the steal. 3 seconds left. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
That's his first personal
Great
foul.
D. He picked it off and took it all the way for the solo finish.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
With 1.
1 shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And that one misses. And we're through the first half of basketball here.
Come out and play my game and stay aggressive, you know. I need to score to help this team win. I think me and the perimeter players doing a good job of that.
Thank you, Clay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. LaMarcus Aldridge was the story in the first quarter. He ended up with 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 block. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
They haven't gotten to the line enough, and I think that's an area they can improve. They need to be more aggressive. Right now they're hanging there, but this could change in the second half. They need to challenge defenders and try to control the momentum and get to the foul line a little bit more.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter. Welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
How about Steph Curry in this one? 18 points. He's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
Trailing.
Well, the term dream season can be applied to Steve Kerr's first year. Comes in and sets a franchise record in wins and also wins a title for the Warriors in his first year. Still unreal.
Yeah, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes and Green of the forward set. And it's Bogut and at the center filling out the middle. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
And San Antonio shooting 47%, pretty solid. And for Kerr, so much was made of how much pressure he had to face to get the Warriors to improve. Inheriting that team from Mark Jackson, Greg, that was a good point. He passed that test, though, Clark, I think, with flying colors.
Well, first time that a rookie head coach has won a title since the NBA's inception. I think that says it all right there.
Screen by Duncan. Curry against Parker. He dishes it to Leonard.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
Aldridge.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Curry dishes to Bogut. Nobody near Barnes. He squares up and sinks it. Barnes has got the game tied up here for the Warriors. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Duncan left side. Here's Aldridge, and that comes off the assist by Duncan.
Assisted.
19 points for Aldridge.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Here's Curry, and that one hits back iron. Spurs have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Green, no luck.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Duncan outside. Outside Leonard. Duncan high post. He's against Green. And that one's good. Parker.
I don't think they come much easier than that look.
Warriors trail by 4. Parker with the steal. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
Timeout for Golden State.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Warriors girls. sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run through LaMarcus Aldridge. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved, and they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. Good. And that's now 20 points for Steph Curry.
This is why I love this game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is G8, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. Pass to Bogut. Green with a screen on Leonard. And Thompson kicks to Bogut. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of a season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
And that one misses.
And you know what? That Warriors point differential was helped out a lot by their play at home. The home differential was almost +15 points per game. A lot of blowout wins. Scary thing is they set their starters in the fourth so often, they could have made those numbers even higher had they wanted.
And the Warriors making a change here. Barbosa's checked in. He hits the second from the line.
And guys, nice to see Bogut out there given all the injuries that he's had to overcome in his career. Just glad to see him at full strength.
And Mills kicks to Duncan, fires at the elbow. And it's wide right, hits off the rim. Warriors trail by 3. And here's Barnes for 3. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Tim Duncan with the bucket. You know, in Bogut, as I recall, Clark was so distraught by those injuries that at one point he thought he might retire.
Yeah, he gave some serious thought to packing it in after the 2013 season, Kevin. Luckily for his team, though, he worked through it and was as strong as ever at the defensive end.
Green, no luck.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Duncan kicks to Mills. Clock at 6. Screen by Duncan. Shots good by Mills. And now it's a 4-point Spurs lead.
Nice work by Duncan to lay into that defender.
Green, the screen. Green with a screen for Barbosa. To the middle. Here's Thompson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Tim Duncan picks one up. Clark, remember a year ago, Klay Thompson was the subject of trade speculation, possibly, in fact, going to the Timberwolves for Kevin Love.
Yeah, in the end, the Warriors stood pat, and it was a controversial decision at that point, but I don't think there's any question it was a pretty good move for the Warriors right now.
That free throw good from Thompson.
And the Warriors, also inking Thompson to that 4-year, $70 million extension. A big show of faith on their part, and it's looking like money well spent.
And so Thompson nails both of them.
And now Klay Thompson with deeper pockets, but never one to splurge. His father taught him well. I mean, his rookie year, he drove the family hand-me-down. He bought his next car used, so his focus is clearly on the game, not the glitz and glamour.
Here's Leonard. The shot no good. Nice D from Bogut.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Feeds it to Barnes. Dishes it to Green. Looking to end his cold spell. Gets the bucket and the foul. Tim Duncan picks one up.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
Warriors have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists tonight.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Now here's Mills. He's guarded closely. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Thompson. And San Antonio with the change here too. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. The Warriors have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Barbosa kicks to Bogut. That one a little long. San Antonio trailing here. West to screen on Barbosa. Leonard, a picture-perfect screen play, and the jumper's good. Leonard's got 12 points in the game. And for the Warriors, they're shooting it beautifully here in the third, 56% from the field. Barnes kicks to Green. Iguodala outside. Outside, Green. Shot clock at 6. He feeds it to Barnes. It's good for the 7th time this game. He shot 7. He has made 7.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Kicks to Diaw. And Leonard has it in the corner. Another shot, and West finishes it off. West. 9 points in the game so far. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Bogut sets a screen for Barnes. In the corner, Iguodala with it. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Iguodala.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Now here's Mills, covered by Barbosa. Picked by West. Ginobili, that's for 2. Green with the rebound. Green's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Barbosa kicks to Green. Tries from 10. Here's Bogut. Makes it off the glass. And now a 3-point Warrior lead. And San Antonio shooting right around 42% from the field since the start of the second half. The dish now to West. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade. Only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
The first free throw is good. Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart. He's tough. He's all about team. And, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that.
Well, David West's usage and overall numbers have ticked away with time. He's still as efficient as ever.
Yeah, not the over 50% field goal guy he used to be, but still a valuable contributor on the block.
Iguodala, the pass to Livingston. He kicks to Azili. 5 on the clock. Barbosa. And another 3 for Golden State. Spurs trail by 4.
And for West, a lot of what he brings to the table is just professionalism, leadership, and a real example of how to get the most out of what you've got. He keeps everybody on the team focused, too. When he speaks, guys listen.
Livingston kicks to Azili. Iguodala against Leonard. Iguodala wide open. And another basket for Golden State.
West guy's still very strong as a player, but clearly it's his leadership that sets him apart. Does all those little intangibles that help teams win games.
Here's Diaw. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 6 assists in the game.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated, in stride.
Shoots from 14. Rebound San Antonio. Ginobili's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got the game tied up here for the Spurs.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
And the slam dunk by States.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he ripped it down.
Golden State's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight, just a little over 40%. There's the screen. Livingston kicks to Azili.
And that's a punch to the jaw. This game, as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game, Kevin.
But, Clark, I don't know that he planned it out too far in advance. That was one of those things that just happened.
I think it was premeditated.
I really don't. I think that he's one of those guys that just plays off of instinct, and they don't mind him making those kinds of plays, even in a close game.
And that replay is sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Golden State's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the 3rd quarter so far. Iguodala dishes to Barbosa. 44 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Iguodala, the pass to Azili. The 17-footer. That one wide left. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the 2nd half. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Livingston. The Warriors leading. Passes it to Barbosa. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
This is a positive trend for him, especially here in the 2nd half. Shooting just above 80% right now. And that's more than respectable. That's good free throw shooting.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
A 78% foul shooter a season ago. Pretty steady when he's at the line.
The first one falls.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often, that's the case for this team.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You know, you've got to like the fact that they're getting to the line, and on top of that, they're making their free throws in this half. That bodes well going forward.
Parker against Curry. Here's Aldridge. And it's Iguodala with the rebound. Here's Curry with the 3, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. The 3rd quarter comes to a close. The Warriors on top. They're up by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Spurs trail by 4. On the floor for San Antonio starting the 4th quarter. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Ginobili in at the 3 slot.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that. Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done, and they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high-percentage looks. Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Green kicks to Iguodala. The screen from Thompson. Now the feed to Curry. But they recover it. Thompson in the corner. Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the way.
Thompson.
And the Warriors lead by 4.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Parker outside. There's the pass to Ginobili. Moves back up. And that one's good. Duncan.
And you can just see by the way he fought for the putback that he's still got a lot of gas in the tank.
Outside Curry. Pass to Thompson. Screen by Bogut. It's Thompson off the drive. And here's Iguodala outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Aldridge. Spurs passing it around. Green with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Clock at 6. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Aldridge.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Curry kicks to Green. Green with a screen for Iguodala. Fires for 3. Tim Duncan grabs the miss. Duncan's got his 7th rebound here tonight. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Aldridge a screen. Ginobili attacking. 17-foot shot on the way. Again, the miss by Ginobili. Warriors leading by 3. Curry dishes to Thompson. Feeds it to Bogut. Here's Curry with the 3. No luck. And San Antonio will go the other way with it.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Aldridge kicks to Green. Parker outside. A step back shot here. And it falls over the rim and in.
Nice job there to shake free of the defense and then drain the J.
Golden State's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. They double team Curry. Here's Iguodala. Again, Iguodala missing. The Spurs have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Dishes to Duncan. Iguodala with the steal. Outside Curry. Launches it. That's good. Curry's got 23 points.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games up until then. He had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he'd been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. And last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop biting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
And getting back to Iguodala last season, not only did he come off the bench for the first time ever, but he really thrived in doing so. Playing the fewest minutes per game of his career, he was able to avoid some of the nagging injuries that had plagued him in the past. And so he could stick around to help the Warriors assemble that franchise record of 67 wins last season.
And that one's good. Barnes.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Duncan, a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Aldridge. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
You know, for Iguodala at this point in his career, it's just about winning. He's had a couple of large contracts. He's made multiple All-Star teams, but now it's about rings for him. And he got one.
Over in the corner, Green. Down low, here's Duncan. And the layup falls.
Tim Duncan.
Duncan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Bogut high post. Back to Thompson. Out to the right wing. The drive by Green. Green missing again. Spurs trail by 7. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Green kicks to Duncan. He dishes it to Parker. Screen by Duncan. There's Green with the 3. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Warriors leading by 4. Green with a screen on Parker. Curry passes to Green. Fires the 3. And that one's good.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
The drive by Green. No dice from 9 feet out. Golden State's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the 4th quarter. And the rejection by Leonard. Leonard on the wing, wide open. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
To the middle, here's Barnes, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Aldridge, another one falls for San Antonio.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch. And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Warriors leading by 5. Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Kicks it to Green. Green, the screen. Bogut dishes to Thompson. He feeds it to Green. And stolen by Aldridge. An even 3-on-3 break. All sorts of time. Aldridge can't get that one to fall. The Warriors have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Curry with it. Now Green defending. Thompson against Leonard. Green. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Got it! Spurs foul. Tony Parker. His second person, first team.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Daniel Green.
Draymond
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
Ginobili kicks to Duncan. Baseline jumper, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Here's Duncan. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And that's 12 points for Duncan. Warriors lead by 3. Outside Curry. Green, the screen. Curry kicks to Thompson. Here's Green. Lays it up and banks it in. Green's got 12 points in just the second half.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
A 3 from Leonard. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. Body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him.
Curry. And that one's good. Curry's got 7 points for the quarter.
A very good half for them from the field. They've got their shooting percentage up over 50%.
Yeah, their offense heating up, and anytime you shoot it this well, you're going to give yourself a chance to get the W.
Aldridge. Duncan with a screen on Barnes. Aldridge. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Yeah, crucial basket there, and as long as they've got that mismatch, big on small, they've got to take advantage.
Well, I don't doubt that they clearly recognize that, and because they do, they're going to continue to milk it.
We've got 1:48 left in the fourth. San Antonio's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Ginobili kicks to Parker. Screen by Duncan. Parker passes to Aldridge. Back to Parker. Now the dish to Duncan. Pocket 2. Ginobili gets a wide open look. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Curry kicks to Thompson. Green, the screen. Curry with it. He's picked up by Parker. Green dishes to Bogut, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Together for your Warriors girls.
1:10 left in the fourth quarter. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from LaMarcus Aldridge.
Definitely doing his part because he's made his share of clutch buckets here in the fourth.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Warriors girls.
.106 left in the game. And Curry, here we go. It's good.
I tell you what, Steph Curry, somebody lit a fire under him.
Timeout Spurs. Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Warriors girls. Fans, get out of your seats and make some noise.
Parker with it. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Leonard having a good one. He's got 21 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision is on par with anybody. I mean, he could not pass the ball any better than he is right now.
And the second of 2 is good. That narrows the lead down to just 3.
By missing one of those, that leaves them needing a 3 to tie it up. Not the ideal situation.
Tries to keep it alive. Passes it to Bogut. Good.
I love the low post attack on that one.
San Antonio with the ball. Parker kicks to Aldridge. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Andrew Bogut. You know, it's apparent there what a leader he is. Always communicating it and keeping everyone on the floor in sync.
And, Kevin, that's such a good point. You know, it doesn't always show up in the box score, but those leadership qualities of his are just as valuable to this team as anything else that he does.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. San Antonio making a switch here. Green's checked in. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. So they foul intentionally.
LaMarcus Aldridge. That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
Basket here, and this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock.
At the line for your Warriors, Stephen Curry. Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 7-point game.
Job well done at the line on that possession. They'll make things a little easier on themselves if they can convert those.
Seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Parker passes to Aldridge. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Third team foul.
That's good from Aldridge. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
2.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Both teams will make substitutions. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game. San Antonio with the ball. Green dishes to Parker. Back to Green. Fires the 3. It's money from deep.
Daniel Green.
Here's Curry. And now they foul and stop the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Stephen Curry. Taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. The Warriors making a switch here. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Leonard kicks to Aldridge. No good from outside. So we see the Warriors get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. See you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. He really set the tone for them in the first half, and it seemed to just help carry them forward from that point on.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.